Hey, I'm Allison from the Body Electric in St. Petersburg, Florida, hosting an online 45-minute gentle yoga flow. To donate, you can find us on Venmo, and we thank you. Again, this is a gentle class, so suitable for all ages, all levels. Start by finding a quiet, comfortable place to practice, and we'll begin in a seated position, just anything that's comfortable. So if you'd like to sit on a blanket or if you've got a block at home, you can definitely use that too. So once you've found yourself seated, take a few deep breaths in and out. And then just return to your regular breath. Let your body feel at ease here. No tension in the muscles. Just easy breathing. Let your mind get quiet. Allow your body to relax. Throughout your practice, anytime a distracting thought pops up, just gently send it on its way and come back to the breath. Let's take one more big breath in and a big breath out. Take another breath in, and as you exhale, drop the chin to the chest. Inhale, lift the chin to the sky. Let's do that a few more times. Slowly drop the chin to the chest, stretch the back of the neck, and lift the chin to the sky, opening the throat. And then bring your head back to center. Roll the right ear to the right shoulder, and then drop your chin to the chest as you roll the left ear to the left shoulder. You can do that a few more times, staying with your easy breathing and your quiet mind. Now let's draw big circles. The head, fully stretching every part of the neck. Big circles, one direction, 3, 4, 5, however many feel good to you. And when you're ready, switch direction, big circles the other way. When your neck feels good and stretched out, lift your head back up to center and find a tall spine. If you are seated on a block or a blanket, go ahead and toss it off to the side. We won't need it again for a few minutes. And then come to a seat on your heels with a tall spine. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. And as you exhale, twist to one side, look over your back shoulder. As you breathe in, come back to center, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, twist to the other side, look over the back shoulder. Inhale, reach the arms overhead as you unwind through center. And exhale, drop your hands down to the ground behind your hips. As you inhale, lift the hips, lift your chin and look back. Exhale, come back to a seat. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, twist. Inhale, unwind through center, arms overhead. Exhale, twist. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hands come down behind the hips. Inhale, lift the hips high, look back, open the front side body. Exhale, come back down. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, twist. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, hands down behind the hips. Inhale, lift up, look back. Exhale, sit down. Let's release that compression of the lower body by coming to a seat on our butt. And whichever way you had your legs crossed when we were seated before, cross them the other way. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, drop one hand to the ground and reach over, stretching the side body. Inhale, come back to center, and exhale to the other side. Continue this flow with your own breath. As you inhale, lift and reach, and as you exhale, lower, bend to one side and reach. Matching movement to breath. Let the length of each movement take the same amount of time as the length of your breath in and your breath out. This last time, as you reach up through center, when you exhale, you'll just fold forward, dropping the hands and the forehead towards the ground. Let this be a comfortable forward fold. You can round the back as much as you need. There's no pressure to be folding forward as deep as you can yet. Just make sure you can breathe really comfortably. Deep breaths in and out. Slowly start to walk the hands back towards the legs and come up to a seat. Straighten the legs out in front of you. Shake them out a little bit, and then bring your hands right beside your hips or slightly behind for Dandasana, staff pose. Flex the feet in front of you and just lengthen through the spine. Reach the crown of the head for the sky. Pull the navel in slightly. Try to relax the shoulders, elongate through the neck. And release, relax. Go ahead and hug the knees in. With your peace fingers, grab your big toe and take a gentle forward fold. Every time you inhale, lift up and lengthen through the spine. And then as you exhale, maybe you go a little deeper and walk the feet out a little farther, straightening the legs a little bit, getting a little deeper into the forward fold now. Eventually, when you found a really comfortable spot in this forward fold, legs bent or legs straight, stay folded forward and relax. Slowly release the toes, come up to a seat. Bring your hands in front of your knees and step back to a tabletop position with the knees under the hips, the wrists under the shoulders. On an inhale, drop the belly and look up for cow pose. And as you exhale, round the back, tuck the chin for cat. Continue this flow with the pace of your own breathing. And just move the spine as gracefully as you can, connecting movement with breath. Return to a neutral spine, tabletop position. If you'd like to grab a blanket for underneath the knees, come to standing on the knees and kick one leg out to the side for gate pose. Toes can face forward, toes can face out to the side, whatever is more comfortable for your foot and ankle. And inhale the arms overhead. As you exhale, bend over that straight leg. Inhale, reach both arms back up as you straighten. Exhale, lower, bend over to the side. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, lower down, and this time we stay. Think about spiraling the chest open towards the sky. Lift the chin slightly. On your next inhale, lift back up and windmill the arms all the way to the other side of your body. Plant one hand, reach the other hand to the sky. Option to bring that straight leg up parallel to the ground. Option to take a bind by bending the knee, reaching back for the foot, and then if you take that bind, kick the foot back so that you open through the chest and shoulder. One more breath here. If you took the bind, go ahead and release. If you lifted the leg, drop it back down to the ground and inhale the arms overhead. As you exhale, plant the hands, walk them forward until they're under the shoulders. Inhale, lift the chin as you arch the back, and as you exhale, round through the spine and tuck the chin. Taking little cat-cows with one foot stuck out to the side. Take one more cow. One more cat, and then switch sides. We'll start standing on our knees. Kick the other leg out and inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, bend over that straight leg, feel a stretch through the side body. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, stretch to the side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, stretch to the side, and stay for a few breaths. On your next inhale, rise up, windmill the arms to the other side of your body. Maybe you lift that straight leg off the ground. Maybe you take a bind, grabbing the foot behind the body, kicking the foot away from you, opening through the shoulder and chest. Wherever you choose, take a big breath in and out. If you took the bind, go ahead and release. If you lifted the leg, go ahead and lower it down. Rise up through center, reach the arms overhead. As you exhale, lean forward, plant the hands, walk them forward until they're under the shoulders. Inhale, lift the chin, arch the back. Exhale, round and tuck. A few more of these, moving with your own breath. One more cow. One more cat. Return that straight leg to the ground, tabletop position. From here, tuck your toes, lift your hips, find downward facing dog. On your next inhale, bend your knees and look forward between your hands. As you exhale, return the gaze between the legs and straighten, press down through the heels. As you exhale, straighten the legs, press the heels down towards the ground. And let's do that one more time. Good. Now, in your downward facing dog, go ahead and separate the feet. If you're on a yoga mat, about as wide as your mat. And really just play with lifting the tailbone nice and high. Take one arm underneath the body and reach for the opposite calf. Hold this twist here for a few breaths. And then gently release that hand from the calf. Bring it back to center, downward facing dog. And let's take the other hand to the opposite calf. Take a twist here in your wide-legged down dog. A few deep breaths. Release the hand from the calf. Bring it back to center, downward facing dog. Now let's take the feet even wider, as wide as you need to be able to firmly plant the heels on the ground. This should feel really good, opening up through the back. And then you have the option of dropping down to the forearms if this feels good. And just hang out in this wide-legged down dog for a few deep breaths. If you came onto your forearms, press back into the hands. Step your feet back in closer together for your downward facing dog. On your next inhale, lift your left leg high. And as you exhale, open up the hips, point that left knee to the sky, and draw big circles with the knee. And then straighten the left leg behind you. Step the left foot all the way forward between the hands. You can always use your hands to help the foot get there. Drop the back knee to the ground and bring both hands to the inside of the left foot. As you inhale, reach the left arm up to the sky for a twist. And as you exhale, take the left hand, thread it underneath the body through the right arm. Inhale, twist open, reach the left hand to the sky. Exhale, twist down, reach the left hand through the body. Continue this flow, just taking these gentle twists. Take one more big twist up and bring both hands to the ground inside the left foot. Take a few breaths here in this lizard lunge. Slowly start to heel toe that left foot over to the right side of your body, preparing for pigeon pose. Straighten the right leg behind you. Maybe take a little check on the back foot, make sure the ankle doesn't look broken. And start by lifting the chest here. Maybe you're leaning forward a little bit, that's fine, but we want to keep the chest lifted for just a few breaths, breathing into the low back. And then, of course, you have the option, after a few breaths there, of walking the hands out and lowering yourself down for sleeping pigeon. Wherever you are, take 3 more big breaths, in and out. Slowly lift the chest as you walk your hands back towards the body. Roll onto your left hip and sweep your right leg out in front of you, crossing over that bent left leg. Inhale the arms overhead, and as you exhale, twist to your right. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, twist, look over that right shoulder. One more time, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. And slowly release. Bring your hands to the left, and then tuck your toes, lift your hips, and just walk your hands to the left until you're facing the back of your mat. Walk your hands out to a downward facing dog, and now we'll start on the other side. On an inhale, lift your right leg high, and as you exhale, open up the hips, point the knee to the sky, draw big circles with the knee. Straighten the right leg out behind you, and then step that foot forward in between the hands. Bring both hands to the inside of the right foot. Option to drop the back knee like we did on the other side. Inhale, reach the right hand to the sky, look up. And as you exhale, thread the needle, right hand reaches over to the left underneath you. Inhale, open up, reach the right hand high. Exhale, twist, reach underneath you to the other side, and continue this flow for a few more breaths. Bring both hands to the ground. Heel toe the right foot over to the left side of your body. Prepare for pigeon pose. Straighten the left leg out behind you. Start with the chest lifted, spine tall. And after a few breaths with this chest high, you always have the option of walking the hands forward, lowering the chest down, and finding sleeping pigeon. Slowly lift the chest up, walk the hands back towards the body, Kick your left leg out in front of you, cross it over that bent right leg. Inhale, arms up. And as you exhale, twist to your left. With every inhale, lift through the spine, and with every exhale, twist a little deeper, gaze out over that left shoulder. One more time, big inhale as you lift, exhale as you twist, and unwind through center. Bring the hands over to the right side of your body, tuck the toes, lift the hips, walk yourself around until you're facing the front of your mat again. And just take a gentle forward fold here. Let your head hang heavy. Use the weight of your head to stretch out the neck. Maybe you play with bending and straightening the legs. Slowly walk your hands forward until you find yourself in a plank position. From plank, you can always drop down to the knees, and we're just slowly going to lower all the way to the ground. Once you're there, bring the hands under the shoulders and inhale, lift the chest for a baby cobra. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift the chest, little cobra. Exhale, release. Continue this flow for a few more breaths. Gentle opening of the chest and gentle back bending. Go ahead and sit your hips back onto your heels for a child's pose. Give your back a rest here. Walk both hands over to the right. Place your left hand on top of the right, and in this child's pose, feel a deep stretch down the left side of the body. Another big breath here, in and out, and walk your hands back to center, and then over to the left. Place right hand on top of left. Breathe into the right side body here. One more big breath in and out. And slowly walk your hands back to center. Make your way to a tabletop position, and then just lean forward, drop the hips to the ground, and bring your forearms to the ground, elbows stacked under shoulders. Press down through the pelvis and reach up through the crown of the head. On your next exhale, drop the chin to the chest. And as you inhale, lift the chin back up. Do that a few more times, giving the neck a gentle stretch. Option to stay in Sphinx, or take the right hand, kickstand it over to the left side of your body, and reach your left hand behind you for the left foot. If you can take the bind here, press that left heel towards the bum, adding a quad stretch to your Sphinx. And take a few deep breaths. If you took the bind, go ahead and release. Both forearms to the ground, elbows still under the shoulders. Drop the chin to the chest. Lift chin to the sky. A few more times, just resetting in the neck. Option to stay, option to add the quad stretch by reaching back with the right hand now. Grabbing onto the right foot. If you've taken the bind, press the heel down towards the bum. Breathe easy. Allow your mind to stay quiet. You took the bind, release. Bring both forearms back in front of you. Find Sphinx pose. Take a few more gentle nods of the head. And then, option to stay or option to take your feet a little wider. Walk your hands in front of you and bring the hands as wide as your mat, lifting the chest a little higher in seal pose. The closer you walk the hands to the body, the more of a gentle back bend you'll feel. So to ease out, you can always walk your hands forward a few more inches. And then slowly make your way back down to your belly. Bring your hands under your shoulders. And then sit back into child's pose. This time, keep the knees nice and wide, feet together. Take a big breath in, open the mouth, and let a sigh out. Let's do that 2 more times. Big breath in, open the mouth, let a sigh out. 1 more time, biggest breath of the day yet. In, open the mouth, and let a sound escape. Good. Make your way to tabletop, and then tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Bicycle out the feet. And then on an inhale, lift your left leg high. And as you exhale, step the left foot forward in between the hands. Drop your back knee, kickstand the right foot behind you. Windmill your arms open to find a modified warrior 2. Flip your front palm and reverse your warrior. Lift the chest back to a modified warrior 2. Flip the front palm, lean forward, reverse. 1 more time with your own breath. Warrior 2. Reverse your warrior. And then windmill the hands down to frame the left foot. And then just walk your hands to the back of the mat as you pivot on your knees. And once you find yourself in a tabletop position, take 3 cat-cows to reset the spine. Again, moving with your own breath. After your 3 cat-cows, tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. From here, on an inhale, lift your right leg high. Step the right foot forward as you breathe out. Drop your back knee. Inhale, windmill the arms open, warrior 2. Flip the front palm, lean forward, and reverse. Back to warrior 2. Flip the front palm, lean forward, and reverse. 1 more time, warrior 2, reverse your warrior, windmill the hands down, frame the right foot, and then walk your hands to the left until you find yourself in a tabletop position facing the front of your mat. Another 3 cat-cows to reset. Allow the length of each cat and each cow to last the same amount of time as each breath in and each breath out. When you're done, come back to a downward facing dog, and then slowly tiptoe your feet forward until you find yourself in a forward fold. Bend the knees, sit down on your bum. With the legs crossed and the hands behind the hips, inhale, lift your hips as you push them forward and tilt the chin back. And as you exhale, lower down to a seat. Do that a few more times. Inhale, push the hips forward as you lift the chin and the chest. And as you exhale, sit down. Come back to a seat, flip your legs, and then continue. Inhale, lift and push the hips forward. Exhale, lower down. A few times on this side. After you've done 3, come back to a seat. Step your feet out in front of you. Keep the knees bent. And then sit up nice and tall. Reach your arms forward. And then round your back as much as you possibly can. Slowly lower down to the ground, 1 vertebra at a time. Don't let yourself fall at any point. Keep rounding. Use your abdominal muscles to help you from just falling onto the ground, lowering each vertebra down one at a time. Once on your back, bring the arms out wide, bring the feet nice and wide, and then just let the knees fall together, a little internal rotation at both hips. And then gently knock the knees from left to right, windshield wipering, little internal and external rotation for both. Moving nice and slow, still keeping your focus on the breath. Hug the knees into the chest. And as you hold the knees there, engage in deep belly breathing. So when you inhale, feel the lungs expand fully, even in the bottom part of the lungs, so you feel your belly expanding. And with every exhale, completely expel all of the air. Deep belly breathing is a great way to massage your internal organs. Now release your left leg long, hovered a couple of inches above the ground. Keep hugging the right knee in. Let's flex and point both feet a few times. And then relax the left leg down. Hug the right knee into the chest. And then draw the right knee over to the left side of your mat for a spinal twist. Reach your right arm out to the side, gaze over the right shoulder. You can keep the eyes closed, but chin over right shoulder. You have the option of staying here, option of bending the left lower leg, grabbing the left foot with the right hand to add a quad stretch. Option to stay here, option to take the peace fingers of the left hand, grab the right big toe, and kind of kick the right leg out to the side. If that's too much, if at any point it's too much, just, subtract one of those progressions at a time until you find a spot that's really comfortable, where you can relax for a moment. Easy breathing. Gently unwind back to center. Bring both feet to the ground, bend the knees, bring the feet nice and wide, and windshield wiper the knees left and right. Lift the knees up, heel toe the feet a little closer together, and hug the knees into the chest. Take a breath. And then release the right leg long, hovering a couple of inches above your mat. Hug the left knee in, point and flex both feet a few times. And then relax the right leg down on the ground. Keep hugging the left knee in. Draw the left knee over to the right side of your mat for a spinal twist. Left arm reaches out long, gazes over the left shoulder. Option to take any variation here. You try it on the other side. Maybe you add that quad stretch. Maybe you kick the left leg out long. Find a place where you can breathe comfortably. Continue practicing quiet mind and keeping the focus on the breath. Gently unwind to center. Bring the soles of the feet together and the knees out wide for Supta Baddha Konasana, reclined butterfly. Arms can be at your sides, arms can be out to a T, arms can reach up overhead. If it feels okay with the arms overhead, you can bend at the elbows. If that feels like too much on the low back, hands down by your sides is perfect. Bring your hands to the outsides of your knees and use your arms to help lift the knees up, soles of the feet on the ground. Heel toe your feet nice and wide. And then hug the knees in, grab the bottoms of the feet for happy baby. And in your happy baby, you can find a little movement, gentle rocking from side to side. Maybe you even draw tiny circles along the sacrum in your low back. Maybe you play with bending and straightening the legs. Whatever suits your body today. These last few minutes of your practice, spend either here in your happy baby. Maybe you take a simple inversion, straightening the legs up. Maybe you scoot against a wall and take the legs up a wall. Or maybe you take some other pose that will help you round out your practice so that you feel like you are complete when everything is done. Whichever you decide, just breathe, relax. And when you're ready, slowly start to make your way down to the mat, preparing for Shavasana, our final resting pose. You can set up however you like. Your body can look however you want it to look for your final resting pose. But be able to relax every single muscle. So if you find a position where you find your legs or your hips are tensing, maybe shift again so that you can really, really relax. Once you're here, take a big breath in through the nose. Open your mouth and let a long, sweet sigh out. And return to your regular breathing. Feel your body sinking into the ground. Allow every muscle in the body to release. Release any tension in the feet, the calves, thighs, hips, belly, shoulders, arms, back. Relax the neck and the jaw. Release the tongue from the roof of the mouth. Relax the muscles around the eyes. Relax your forehead. And for the next several minutes, practice stillness. Stillness of body, stillness of mind. And just breathe. Feel your belly rise on an inhale and sink on an exhale. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Draw circles with the feet and the hands. Begin bringing awareness back into the body, back into your space. Slowly step the feet together and reach the arms up overhead. And bring one foot to the ground at a time. And then hug the knees into the chest. Rock from side to side, massaging the low back. And then roll over to one side in the fetal position. Use your arms to help lift you up. Come into a comfortable seat with your hands at heart center in Anjali Mudra. The light in me sees and honors the light in each and every one of you. Namaste.